Hello all, Andres here. Today we're going to learn how to build this lovely color mixer. So we can click on this color here, change some different color, and click here on this side, change again, and we will have this kind of nice gradient. So by clicking on those boxes, we invoke multiple events. So firstly, we open color picker, and when we change colors, then we can change directions. And by changing directions or color, we're changing also this line here. At the moment, this line doesn't say anything to you, but later on we will use in CSS to change gradients for the blocks. Don't worry, I assume you don't know anything about HTML, CSS or JavaScript. We will go from very beginning and we will learn how to create HTML. And actually we can take a look what we're going to learn. We will build this color mixer. That's our ultimate goal. However, before that, we have to learn basics, and the very basic of everything is HTML. So we will learn about HTML. Once we learn HTML, we will learn how to style HTML. So we will dive into CSS. Very end, we will touch a little bit JavaScript just to have some of the events what we need for the page to work. But our ultimate goal today is to learn HTML. So, okay, let's create our first HTML page. And for that, we need simple Notepad or text edit on Mac, Notepad on Windows. And let's try to do it now. So on a Mac, I'm clicking Command and Space to bring search and searching for text edit. Here we go. So when text edit opens, it shows rich text format, which we don't want to use it for index HTML files for websites. So let's go and change that to make plain text. This is a Shift Command T. On a Windows, you would use a Notepad, and Notepad comes already as a plain, which is brilliant. So let's write something in hello world and save it. So Command S, or you can save like that. So, and now it will ask, how do you want to save it? So that's very important bit. So we will write index HTML, and we don't want this one, and we will use UTF-8. Yes, okay. And where are we going to save? We're going to save on desktop in project folder. So I created project folder here. This is the place where it's going to be saved. However, in future, obviously, I would suggest for you to use my documents or create your project folder. Otherwise, you will clutter your desktop very quickly. But for the learning, I'm just using projects, so it's easier for us to see what I'm doing. Okay, that's saved, and let's try to open now. So it is saved in here in projects, desktop, project, index HTML. Let me try to open. And it will open your default browser. In my case, that's an Arc browser, but in your case, it may be Chrome, Firefox, Edge, or whatever else. So I'm opening in my Arc browser default, and here we go, hello world. Now, for Mac users, there's some interesting feature with saving. So let's try to save now. And when I'm clicking save, all good. This comes under refreshing. Refreshing, you can click on this icon or Command R on Mac, and I think Control R on Windows. Now, if we will close this file and we'll try to open again with edit, we can run into some issues, and I will show you what to do. So when I'm opening text edit, like so, it will opens in a rich text format, which we don't want to use because it adds tags already, which we don't want. Okay, it's changed to txt. You notice that. So we don't want txt, we want HTML. So let's rename it again, rename, and click here HTML and click tab. Here we go. And Command A, save. Now we are good to go. So this small thing can save you a lot of time in the future. So here we go, our first web page done. Congratulations. Okay, what are our next topics? So we just learned how to create HTML file, how to save it, how to open in browser. So what is HTML and what are HTML elements? Hypertext Markup Language, that's the full name. And why we need to use HTML? HTML is like a building blocks. This is how all the web page consists. And basically browser needs some directions what to do with those text elements on the page. And for that, we will use one web page where we will take some of the text and we'll try to recreate this text here. And then we will see straight away what we are missing and how HTML can help us. Let's go to Google and open page. Google, and then HTML tags, HTML document. Yeah, this one. Okay, so let's just copy paste this text here over there and let's put it in our page here. Let's delete this hello world and paste it here, Command V or Control V. So for copy, probably you know, Control C on Windows, Command C on Mac, and for pasting is Command C to copy and Command V to paste. And let's remove this one. So this is the text what we have here. Let's save it. Let's open it in our page, which I lost. So I will click again. Now you see the difference. Let me close left side. There we have some space. We have, this should be like a title and this should be like a text, but nothing happens. Even if I'm saving again, command save and refreshing page, nothing happens. And this is because we didn't explain for browser what we want to show, how we want to show. Yes, we have the text itself, but browser doesn't know this is, for example, title, or this is paragraph, and this is another paragraph, and this is title. So we need to help browser to give some instructions. And for that, we have to use tags. And there are multiple tags. So we will start with basic ones, header tags, which goes from H1 to H6. So let's try it. Let's write first tag. So this is first tag where I'm opening H1 and then I'm closing it. So anything in between will be represented on a text. Let's try it. I'm H1 tag. Save it and let's refresh page. So you see that H1 is not shown on the page. This is just an instruction for the browser to say, okay, this part of the page will be H1 tag, whatever is inside, I will going to display big. So we can try and copy paste this one and make 2 more tags, save it, refresh it. Here we go. Now we have 3 different tags, and this is, to be precise, H2 and H3. And let's click it here, saved. And now you see this is H1, H2, and H3 tags. Now stop the video, try to repeat all those steps, because by watching video you will never learn. You can only learn by trying and making mistakes and figuring out why this mistake happened. So I really strongly suggest to follow up and trying by doing everything and repeating, and try different tags, try to add H4 or H5, H6 and see what happens. Yeah. So back to our problem here. So we have page which has probably H1. Then we have paragraph. There are some HTML where we can click something on and go somewhere else. Let's try. Yes, it goes. And then we have attributes and another paragraph, another URL. So how can we recreate this one? Let's try and figure it out. Yes, let's remove for now this one because we don't want to show it. But let's wrap this first line in H1 like so. And this one is going to be paragraph. So here we go. We have another tag. So we don't, now you know 7 tags. You know what there is H1 till H6 header tags, and you know what there is a P tag, paragraph tag. So we're wrapping this text in paragraph tag. Let's use H3 here for attributes, and let's use another paragraph tag on the last line. Let's save it and see what's happening. Here we go. Now we have nice title, we have HTML paragraph, then another title, which is H3, and another paragraph. Great. Now we have to check one more thing to learn, and we want to add another tag, which is called a tag, which will create a link to some other page. So how can we do that? Let me close this one. Let's go back to page. Let's try. So for that one, we will use a tag, and this is something like that. So we will open a tag, we will close it, and and let's see what it creates. It creates nothing because there's nothing inside. That's quite logical. Let's now cut this one, Command X, and now Command V. Let's refresh page. Nothing happened. Well, we didn't give instructions where to go. So we need add this ref where we add inside. Let's remove those spaces. And we will add inside in that ref property URL where we want to go. So let's go back and see where we need to go. Copy link address. That's all we need. Let's go back and copy V. So it goes to this place. Let's try and see if it goes really. Let's refresh page. And it does. Here we go. So when I'm clicking on HTML, we are going to this page. So we created first link from this page to some other page using a tag. So now we know H1 to H6 paragraph and a tag. I think that's brilliant. So let's see what we need to learn next. What we learned so far. How to create HTML, save, open in browser, what are HTML elements, and how to apply them to text. So we learn up to this point, but we can use H1's HP tags, H1's H6 tags, we learn paragraph, a tag, and we can apply those to text. And then when we're refreshing page, those are applied on here. Brilliant. Now it's time to move to next step, and instead of text editors, use code editors. And that's the next topic. So yes, we can obviously continue to use Notepad or text editor, simple text editors to write our code. But the problem is it's very hard to read these lines and find the place and everything. So for that reason, it's much better to move to code editors, which specifically designed, and it will help out for code writing because it will add different tags and colors by automatically. So yeah, let's move to and learn how to install code editor. So let's go to Google and search for VS Code. And here we go. Visual Studio Code, code editing, yeah? And I really suggest you to use this code editor because it's free and it's really good. You can download it for Mac, Windows and Linux. So for any system, download, install and open, and let's try to work next steps with our tutorial. So I already have it. I will open it now. Code. Here we go, Visual Studio Code. Here we go. Let's try to open our file. Open in desktop, projects, index.html. Let me open it now. And here we go. And look what happens now. First of all, we have lines on the left side. Our tags are all colored, so it's much easier to see our tags and text. And also, when you click on a tag, it shows where it's closing down. So it's really helpful when you have like long page. And on the right side, you will see the same code. So if you have a long page, it's very easy to navigate up and down. We might see it later on. And the main part, you see the page is going like that. It's very hard to read, but if you go here and choose word wrap, then bang, everything is nicely aligned and everything is readable. So yeah, let's forget about that nonsense with text edit and let's use code editor, which will make our life much easier. Before we go into fun part and play with tags, let's learn few things about editor itself. It will help a lot. For example, if you want to add a new tag, then we have to save this page, right? So, which is not like a big deal, but if you have to do and remember, so there is easier way. Let's go into code, settings, choose settings, or you can click command, comma, and auto save. After delay, which one we want for? After, yeah, let's do after delay. And then one more. Let's choose formatting and format and paste, format and save, because that way our code will be formatted nicely straight away. And we can close it now. So yeah, those two things will help you with code editing and make your code a bit nicer. If we add another tag and some tag, and I'm not saving anything, just moving over here and refreshing page, it's saved automatically. So I think that's much nicer. And also all that formatting will be automatically done. So it's saving time. And now the fun part. Let's dive into tags and learn about some tags which we need more often than other ones. There are plenty of tags, really. If you want to learn all of them, then let's go into, I'll show you just a list of tags what you can learn. MDM, HTML tags, HTML elements, reference. And if you scroll this page, all of those are tags and just endless. There's a lot of them to learn. And actually, it's not a bad idea to go over them and learn. But I think to speed up process, we can just learn the most used tags in my experience, and then you just can go and pick up the other ones as well. So yeah, let's dive into tags. When browser open the page, it reads the page from the top to bottom, from left to right, and it tries to understand what do you want to represent on the screen. And first it meets tags, and that's kind of like an extraction. So there is an opening tag, H1, then comes content, and then closing tab. And then browser reads it. Aha, this is a title. So let's make it big and bold. And then once it's finished, it pushes content down and goes to the next line. In our case, that's a paragraph. Aha, let's open paragraph tag. Let's put some text in. And then in a paragraph, it finds a tag and takes this URL and the content and represents it as a text which is clickable, and you can go to next page, and so on and so on. So there are really a lot of tags, but let's try to figure out the main parts of the tag. So we learned that the tag has opening part, which is this. Let's make it bigger. So the tag has the opening part, and then there is a closing part, and in the middle is the content. Unfortunately, not everything is so simple, because there are also tags which are self-closed tags. For example, this tag, HR, which creates nice line, which separates one content from the another content. I will create another P tag. Let's move over and see what's happening here. Here we go. So this element includes global attributes, okay, then HR tag, which says browser, okay, make a gap between this part and that part and add line. Okay, let's do it. And browser does exactly that and creates line, which sometimes is very useful actually. So each tag has different properties what you can add. So like a tag, your link tag has property ref. Also you can add title. By the way, I can show you that one as well straight away. This is title. So if you're going back here and hovering, this is title. So you can add title as well. Sometimes you want to group some of the tags together. For that, you use div tag. And div tag is some tag what you can wrap around. By the way, I'm writing very fast, but you can do it same. So if you write div and then click tab, it will create tag. So I'm taking this end part, Command X or Control X, going down to this line and adding here. Saving, and look what happened now. When I click Command S or save, then it automatically formatted for me. And there is one other interesting part for editor. First of all, it shows what this div element does, which is great. Secondly, it shows what it's wrapping here, and there are other tags inside. So if you're coming over there and refreshing page, nothing will happen because it just wraps this element, but we will use that feature later on because we want to style something. And now this is one block. I will show you later once we dive into CSS. So we can open tag and we have to close the tag like div, h3, p tag. But then we have tags which don't need to be closed. And then we have other tags which we can use inside different tags. not all of them can be used inside other tags. For example, in paragraph tag, you can't put div tag inside. That would be error. Browser trying to handle that, but that's definitely not a good idea. So we have like block level tags and inline tags. I'm quickly just moving over because this is basic course and I don't expect that you would understand all of things right away, but just giving those names will give you some hints on how this works. So div tag is definitely block tag, which you can wrap around, and you can put div tags inside div tags. And that's the reason why we're doing that, because we want to make some design change and we can use those div tags to style elements around as well. And I will show you a few minutes later when we will start to use CSS. We're using div tags, we're using header tags. We know what header tags can be: h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. Then we have paragraph, we have HR tag, which will create line and separate some text. What else? Oh, actually we have also very interesting tag, BR tag. If it's going back, it will break this text and put this part of the next line. Sometimes that's very useful. Here we go. And other tags what are quite interesting are list tags. Sometimes you want to create list, right? So let's go and create list. By the way, I can do like that. UL, LI, A, and let's click tab. So what did happen now? Let me repeat again. So this is the way how you can very quickly write some tags. So let's say I want 5 li tags. So I can do like that. Click tab, and here we go. And now I want a tags inside. Can I do like this? I can make multiple cursors and do at one go everything. A tag, tab. I will just add this hash here, and let's write some links. There we go. Save it and refresh it. There we go. Now we have a list of tags which goes nowhere. But what if I want to numbered links? No problems with that. Let's say just change this OL here, and obviously we need to change this one as well. Refresh, and now you have ordered list. What if you want to add some, after second link, you need some sublinks? You can do that as well. Let's say I want an unordered list of 3 tags. Go back, refresh page. There you go. Let's replay what we did here. So they are tags which need some other tags inside, like this OL or UL tags. They must come with li tags and nothing else should be inside. So they are specifically designed to create lists, so you can make li tag inside the next one, and then inside in li tag you can add new list, but again, inside in this list should be only li tags, nothing else, right? So this is how you create lists, and there are some orders. Next one what I want to show is image tag, which is kind of, that also is a self-closing tag, that's an inline tag. And that's very important tag as well, and it automatically comes. Yeah, so again I wrote emg and then click tab. It will automatically, your code editor automatically will give source and alt properties for that. Why? Because in this place you will write the place where the image is, and this one is for description what this image are. So I will add here image of cat, and let's add some text here. So there we go. Now if you refresh page, then we will see broken image and alt text, which says what kind of image supposed to be there, but not at moment. So why it's broken? Because we didn't instruct browser what to show. So browser doesn't know, it just tries to help out as much as possible. So alt tags are really important to add. Let's find some kitty image. So in Google, there is this placeholder kitten image for developers. Here we go. And basically just give you a random cat image, just copy this link and add in source. At the time of recording this video, I use kitty image placeholder for nice image for us to use. Unfortunately, that service is not working anymore. So let's try something else instead. Here is one lorem ipsum, which I can suggest, and you just copy this URL here and replace with the one in our code, and you are good to go. You can test it straight away as well. Copy this URL, open new tab, place it and hit enter. Here we go, there is random image. You will have different image probably. Just use it and try how it goes. Go back to our page. Here we go. And once we have image, the alt text is not visible. However, if somebody would come on this page with screen reader, then instead of image, obviously you would hear the description of that image, which comes from alt tag. So nice kitty. And you will see maybe different image because this is random kitty generator. So each time when you come, you will see something different. Like I said before, it's very important to stop video and play with those tags. Play yourself, everything, and try to put them together and see what happens on the page. Okay, that's the very quick introduction to tags. And now we are ready to go, nearly ready. We want to do one more thing. Let's speak about how browser sees this page, and we need to add a few things to make this web page proper. Yes, you can see how browser see this page. Let me close on left side. If you click right click and choose inspect here, you will see code which is written, elements, and then the code. And this is our code. And the fun part is we wrote h1 and we finished with OL tag with image. But look at here, there is HTML, head, body, and then closing body and HTML. What's that? We don't have those things here, right? Nothing's here. By the way, you know you can close some of the things if you don't need. So we have only h1 here, an image like a last tag. So what about those? So browser does it work as good as possible, and it assumes sometimes humans forget things, and it adds automatically as best as it could. So it kind of determined, okay, this probably is a HTML page, and probably head is needed, and probably this is the content of the page, so I will wrap in body tag. And that's exactly what we should do ourselves, and add those tags in before and explain browser how we want to show page. So let's do that. Let's open Google. I'll close this part. Google, MDN, HTML, head, and body. What is head? Okay, let's go there. So there is example how to make those wrapper tags around our code, which are really needed. So our code goes there, and these around are the tags which we need for browser to add to explain browser how we want to demonstrate our page. We're explaining what this will be HTML page, and it will use this language, and also what kind of UTF we're using. This is a character type, and then this one actually will go into your tab. Whatever you put there will be on top of your page in a tab. So let's see how it looks like. Let's copy paste this start and add into our editor in very top here. And now we need to close body and HTML down. So scroll down, there is a body, and there is, see, it's already showing me what to do. Let's go back to our page. So nothing changed, but now our browser knows exactly how it should look. If we go to inspect, so we have doc type, HTML, and by the way, we have the tab with this name, my test page. And if we're going back, then here we go, my test page. So this is how you creating the name of your tab. So like here is what's in the head, that's the title in MDN website. You can put more information. This is like for all the meta information, you can put meta titles and descriptions and all that as well into head part. So that's very needed and very useful. And then body tag itself is the place which will start to show whatever content is inside. And here we go. So now our web page is properly defined, and browser knows exactly how to represent all the page in the browser. Okay, that's enough about HTML. we learn basics. We know how to create tags, how to apply tags, how to add them to the browser. Obviously, there is a lot more. Now it's your turn to stop video and just play with HTML tags. You know the web page where you can find more about them. You can go any web page. You know how to open editor and learn what they're doing with them. Now it's your turn to do work. And once you're ready, we will continue with CSS. And if HTML we're using for displaying text on a page or content on a page, then CSS will style it, will make it nice. You can even create some animations, you can transform, you can add colors, backgrounds, and everything else. And you can make style on a page, how everything will be positioned. So all the layouting. So yeah, that's the next part. See you soon.